Hello everyone and welcome to a new Dead by Daylight video. Yes, 2 weeks and not even 3 days, not even a week, what's going on? Like I promised you, I want to be more active with content. This includes videos, of course Twitch as well. Many of you know that today I couldn't do it, couldn't go live because I had more steps to do, the hospital for the HRT that I hope can start really soon. So I'm gonna share more about that, my experience, how I feel during these months. That's gonna be a content that is going to be with the gaming content and with everything else. I enjoy to put myself in this. So this is also why I make these videos, by recording directly everything. You see 20-30 minutes of a video, I'm not using any kind of technique of editing and stuff. I just speak openly because I think that it's also cooler. I like to do it like I'm speaking with a friend and just sharing my stream of consciousness. So this was a little anticipation for the future. The topic of the day is really close to the one of the last time. So last time I spoke of how I can see Predator being the November chapter. I have some little doubts now, even if I repeat, it will fit 20th Century Fox plans for Predator really well, considering how much they're investing in it. But we have some updates about one of the characters I spoke about in the last video. So Mathieu Cote had another interview. This was translated by Dr. Wu for DVD, and he said that he says that survivors don't need to be strictly horror, but they have to be relatable people that can get beaten by the killers. He says they tend not to do pure hero characters like Dutch from Predator, since they want people that have weaknesses and strength. What? Yeah, that was my reaction. What? Because as you can see already here, we have characters that go over that since a long time already in Dead by Daylight. Here we see the Resident Evil cast, and they are not wrong about that. Jill Valentine won the fight against the Nemesis. It's the Jill Valentine of Resident Evil 3, so she also, like they even say it in the description, her countless biorganic weapons. Leon is in the rookie version in the base skin, but we have many ways of customizing it, so he actually is also the Resident Evil 4 version, and over. Here we see him being over the Resident Evil 4 experience, Resident Evil 6, the movies, this is a really experienced Leon in some of the skins that we got. Then Ada Wong, really experienced Secret Agent, Rebecca Chambers. All of these characters are pure action heroes if you think about it. You have Ash Williams with another physical action hero in their horror saga. They are all movie show characters, so they fit, but they are also being direct in the action. We have Ellen Ripley, of course. Ripley does what Dutch does in Alien, even in more movies, in Alien 2, Ripley faces directly the Xenomorphs and the Xenomorph Queen. This skin that I'm using here is not just cool outfits for Ripley, but it is Ripley 8 with a clone made by mixing the DNA of the original Ellen Ripley and of a Xenomorph. So, she's stronger than a normal human being. We have Alan Wake, who can rewrite reality by using their typing machine. You have Lara Croft, who is another, or the action hero in for many. this is the version of the reboot, and like she fights against Himiko, who is a really powerful being. Like, okay, you can tell, okay, they took her before she actually faced Himiko, but it's the same person. Like, she was going to face her in not even, I don't know if in the game it will be days, but if it's not days, hours. You have Trevor Belmont, who is part of a clan family of vampire hunters, with Soma Cruz being like the reincarnation of Dracula himself, and with Alucard being half human, half vampire.
I shall not fail.
So, what are we saying? What are we speaking about here? Like, we are speaking of licensed characters, like we have Cheryl Mason, like Cheryl of Dead by Daylight is canonically in the canon of Dead by Daylight. A Cheryl who already survived everything that happened in Silent Hill 3, and if you play Silent Hill 3, like, you know what kind of situation she had to deal with. Like, she's one of the most powerful survivors in Dead by Daylight right now, like, top 3, top 5, I think. And that's not all. Like, that's not all. Like, if you think about it, like, even some original characters are pretty powerful. Like, take Michaela. Like, Michaela is a powerful mystic. Like, she's the first one who introduced the Boon Totems, and basically something that can work against the entity in the entity realm. And then you have Addy. Addy, like, in her lore, like, she's a native huntress of any kind of monsters, like, through the overlaps, like, you know, even in the skin, like, in this one, like, you can see that she has one of the creatures on her back, like, she won the fight against this creature. So, even original characters already went over that like nobody, like, allow me to say. But you can say, okay, maybe that was the direction till a year ago, like, and a year ago, like, it's not really far from this, like, we had the Trevor not even a year ago. Maybe they changed plans for now, but people, like, not even a week ago, we had him. Geralt is a monster hunter who does it for money. Like, he's like over the action hero. Like, he like puts himself direct at facing all of these powerful enemies, you know. So, how can you imagine him facing Legion and losing against a Legion? Like, you see what I mean? Like, we already went over that action hero, like, that has to have weaknesses that allow any killer to win over them, that already a long time ago. So I really don't understand this. Like, the second point of my discussion, like, I think that Dutch is misunderstood. Like, who is Dutch, for who doesn't know it? Dutch is a mercenary leader of a private military team who in 1987, while hired by the US military and the CIA in a rescue mission in Guatemala, like, had the unlucky event of facing alien hunter from another planet who actually enjoys this hunt as a sort of sport. Dutch is a really interesting character. Like, I think it's also one of the reasons why the original Predator is such a loved movie still nowadays. Like, one of the favorite of the people after many sequels. And I don't think it's only nostalgia, you know. Like, let's speak of Predator to introduce Dutch. Like, this movie is in the pure era of, yes, action heroes with a lot of testosterone, like, muscles, physical fights and everything. And, like, the interesting part of Predator is, like, the movie is kind of split in two parts, like, if you consider that, where this is respected in the first part. Like you see actually these mercenaries like being really physically prepared, like well equipped and everything, like winning against these fighters, like human fighters, really easily. Like they are in full control of the fight with their similar, like with the other human rivals, opponents. The problem is in the second part. Like in the second part of the movie, like it changes completely. Like who thought to be like in the strong position is actually like just a prey, just like even a sort of toy to play with for the predator they are going to face starting that moment. Like the thing is, like this predator is a smart warrior. Like the Yautja warrior like actually uses better tools than them. Like he chooses to not engage directly, but like using the tools in the most effective way, like stealthing around, using the extra vision offered by the thermal visor, like to track them, choosing when to face them by splitting them up. Like he's a really smart opponent for this team of mercenaries, and it's at this point where you realize that actually every strength these people had like is completely useless against this new opponent. And like and this is also one of the reasons why Dutch, I think, is low nowadays. Like, he doesn't win the final fight, like, by just going, okay, let's fight you and me, like, punches against punches, you know, like, muscles against muscles. Like, that's not how the final fights of Predator actually goes. Actually, every time the Predator gets too close to Dutch, like, Dutch risks a lot. Like he has to find a way to run away and to approach the fight in a more tactical way, or like it would be the end of him. And like this is why I think Dutch will fit the play. Like Dutch doesn't fit that pure action hero in his fight it looks like by that description that we saw in the tweet. Like, that actually is smart, is even lucky, like even himself says it, from the records that other characters are going to quote in the following movies, you know? So yeah, like I don't really get like this thing of Dutch not having weaknesses. Like Dutch has a lot of weaknesses in the fight with Predator. Like he knows it. Like he knows that to win that fight, he has to not put himself in the condition of having that weaknesses exploited by the opponent. You know, and this is a cool part of the character. Like this is a cool part of a movie that got released in a period and like was kind of revolutionary. Like this is why I think this movie is still really loved by everyone. Like a character like Dutch is wanted by the community, because like if you read that comment, like you can see many who want Dutch, and if you think about it, this is the main reason. You're gonna say, Jane, like, what they said, makes think like, or that the next chapter is not Predator at all. They thought about that, like, it really surprises me. Like, if this is the case, it will really surprise me, because, like I repeat, like, Predator during this year is living the best moment since the original release. Dan Trachtenberg is doing an amazing job. Predator Killer of Killers is already a big success. We're gonna have another movie in November, and like I can see 20th Century Fox moving everything in their power to push Predator to the biggest possible success. Like the relationship with Dead by Daylight is strong. Like they know how much powerful is going to be like collabing with Dead by Daylight after the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter releasing this June. Like I'm pretty sure that even if you're not working directly with them, like you're gonna see how this evolve and like be like, okay, look at this, like it's super cool, it's super important for this ally. Like we can do even bigger things for the future. It's like we're gonna have an even bigger audience. So I think that it would be really smart by 2023 Fox to work with the for a Predator chapter release this year. So if that's gonna be the case, like, and they don't want to go for Dutch for these reasons, like I repeat, I don't agree, but the creative vision is of them. We are gonna see. Okay, there are like another thing about Dutch, like, and then I close it. Like in an interview, like Dan Trachtenberg got asked who in between the two. And he said, I don't think that they will fight. Like, why should they fight? But like, if you think about it, like Naru realizes stuff of the opponent a lot earlier, like, and she fights while being more in control of the situation. And like, if you watch both the movies, like, it's something that I already noticed myself. Like, Naru looks more prepared to face this kind of opponent because of also her ability in seeing stuff that other people can see. So she notices the weaknesses of the Predator earlier, and like she takes the fight in a field where she knows that she has the biggest advantage. Like at the end, like Naru, if you think about it, she can even avoid completely. Like if you watch her play, she could even avoid completely to fight the Yautja warrior again. But she chooses to hunt him, like, and she wants to win that fight. While Dutch is different, like he's fighting for his own survival. Like these are really cool things that I hope it doesn't make them reconsider Naru as well. Well, if they already have a deal, like it's whatever, like they already do their choices, so they're not going to be like, oh, okay, like they're right, like let's cancel everything. Like this is not gonna happen, of course. But like they should consider what, like if Dutch didn't make it as a launch survival, to have him as a legendary skin, because like actually this is an interesting way of looking at their way of dealing with the Predator. But like if let's come back to what I was saying, like if it's not Dutch, who do you think is going to be or can be the survivor in case it's the November license? Because maybe at the end, like it's not this November, like it's gonna be next year, or when Prey 2 is going to be released, and like they want to go only for Naru as a survivor. Like we don't know, but like in the case it's November, like let's have this idea. Who do you think is going to be the possible second survivor on Naru? And like I have two candidates for that. One is Torres. Like if you watch the Killer of Killers, like you already know him. Like if you didn't, like of that movie, like is the less similar to that. Okay, super powerful with no weaknesses character. Like he's really relatable as a character, because his fight, like I don't want to go too much deep in the details, like I'm gonna leave it myself to what you see in the trailers, because like I don't, like if I can say stuff about Predator and Prey that are a bit older as movies, like this not just released, it wouldn't be nice to spoil it. But like if you just look at the trailers, like you're gonna see like how he relies on other kind of tools than physical strength, you know. So Torres would be a really good candidate in the case they don't want to go for Dutch. He's the protagonist of a recent movie, so he's fresh in the memory of people. Like it's a well, if you can watch Killer of Killers, like most likely you can watch the original Predator as well. But like for people who don't want to go so far in the history of cinema to watch Predator, like this is a more recent and friendly movie for new generations. I recommend to watch the first Predator anyway, because like I think it aged really well for the reasons I said. Like it was revolutionary for its period. And what if it's not Torres? The other alternative, but like this is a big question mark, would be Elle Fanning character in Predator Badlands, Tia. We know nothing of her. Like we saw her only in the trailer of Predator Badlands. Like if you go to look at it, like you can see she's an android, and or at least we see her also playing an android, because like we don't know if maybe there is also the another version of her who is human, and the android is just a lookalike of her. Like I'm just making theories, of course. Like I cannot know stuff of a movie that is not released yet. Like then why am I suggesting her? First of all, like she looks open at working with video games. Like it's true that like the other video game is Death Stranding 2 of a director called Hideo Kojima, someone who everyone wants to work with. So like I can see why she found that project appealing. But like she also loves Predator. Like from the interviews, like she looked really excited to work in Predator. So I can see her like giving more love to this role she played, and like playing it in a video game as well. And also, like from a marketing point of view, like it would bring attention to Predator Badlands, that is going to be released during the month of the release of the possible Predator chapter, if it's going to be in November 2025. So she will be a perfect candidate in that. Also, a lot of people are always asking, oh, but we would like someone who is not completely human, someone with an android, a cyborg, stuff like that. Like this character, at least from what we saw in the trailer, maybe can fit that role. So yeah, like if I should go for alternatives to that, like maybe it's going to be one between these two characters. And what's the third option? Because I have a third option. Dutch himself. Jane, he just made a video to say what you think about them not wanting to add him, but like if we go to look at what they say, that is the translation, of course, like then I trust what Dr. Who for DBD wrote here. Like it's not against them, but like every kind of translation kind of misses something of the context. But like by taking this translation as accurate as possible, like they write, he says they tend not to do pure hero, and they tend not to do means like we take it literally, they prefer not to do, but if they have to do it, they do it. And I can see like how 20th Century Fox like will be like that's the most iconic survivor. You can take Naru aside, because Naru I think like it's a super safe choice for many reasons that I already told you last time, and others that I cannot say. But Dutch is the OG character of the OG movie. Like it would have a really big appeal about that. And like if you think about everything we said, like I think that especially consider that we already have many action heroes in Dead by Daylight, like they can make him work as well. Like after Get Out of Rivia, like I can see that being a thing. So these are my theories. Like I repeat, like I have no idea if November is going to be Predator at this point. Like I would really like it. I think that it would be really good for 20th Century Fox. It would be really good for Dead by Daylight, because I think that this is the perfect time to release a Predator chapter in Dead by Daylight. Like with 2 movies, the biggest hype ever for the Predator IP. Like I really see them considering to release it this year. If it's not gonna be this year, we are gonna see. But like, these are my opinions. Like, I'm gonna share other possible theories about possible future chapters, like ones that I connect some dots, like for possible alternatives. But at the moment, this is one of the most quoted theories, like, and this most likely is not gonna change the feeling of many people in the community about what the November chapter can be. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll keep going to work on more videos really soon. And I hope you enjoyed this new format. See you really soon. Thank you so much for watching.